Actually, there are civilizations that existed prior to Egypt that were in the south. And Egyptian civilization depends on which scholar you reference, but its first dynasty is believed to maybe be as old as maybe 20,000 years ago. But Egypt is the birthplace of basically everything that we have today. Actually, the United States entire system is built on an Egyptian model. Washington D.C. is built on the model of Egyptian cities. The money has the symbol of the all-seeing all-seeing eye. That's called the Eye of Peru, and that's a symbol of the Illuminati, which is also the Statue of Liberty is also a symbol of the Illuminati. But Africa, pre-European Africa is very fascinating history, and it's a history that is basically hidden. Africans traveled to the Western Hemisphere thousands of years before Europeans did. You know, Christopher Columbus, Hernando Cortez, and there is proof of that in the Olmec cultures. Those large heads, those are African heads. The Africans migrated to Western Hemisphere long before the Europeans came.
All right, that's perfect. Now, any knowledge or insight you have on the slave passage?
The Middle Passage.
Middle Passage.
Okay. Well, the Middle Passage is they say the Middle Passage. It was a voyage. It took about 3 months to travel from the west coast of Africa to the Western Hemisphere. And actually, there's a natural current that that brung the ships from Africa to the Western Hemisphere. And what I mean by the Western Hemisphere, I'm not talking about just what we call North America. I'm talking about everything, what we call the Caribbean, which was not, a lot of people have a hard time believing, but it was really originally inhabited by Native Americans. And when slavery was instituted, the native people, they were enslaved at first, and it didn't work out. Actually, many of them they died from the brutal type of chattel slavery. But many of them actually committed suicide. There's a mountain in Jamaica. I want to say they called it Jump Off Point. But it was a mountain where the Arawak Indians, they would go to that mountain and they would just jump. They would rather kill themselves rather than be a slave. But when they went and got us to work those fields to grow sugar, cotton. Well, cotton was more North American, but in the Caribbean it was sugar, for rum, can you cut it? Yeah. There's a ship, there's a current that is just a natural current that aided that voyage, and so it took 3 months, and a lot of people believe now, you can believe, but a lot of people believe that what the recent events, Hurricane Katrina, the hurricanes that we have now that attack the Gulf area, those things did not exist prior to the slave trade. Many believe that it's the spirit of the African slaves that are buried in the Atlantic Ocean. Millions of people, souls that in the Atlantic Ocean that are basically coming back for revenge against those that enslaved them. But slavery, well, The Middle Passage, it was brutal. It was brutal. The Africans that were able to survive the Middle Passage, that's the reason why we're here. You know, our ancestors were very strong. You had to be very strong to survive 3 months of sea voyage, being being mistreated in every possible way. Every type of onslaught they had to face. But yeah, the Middle Passage is a big one.
Now I'm going to jump ahead to around about 50s and 60s and 70s. Yeah, I know you're going to flourish with the 80s and the 90s, aren't you? So
I don't know.
We'll start with wherever you want to start off at. Talk about the music, the movements, the anything, any possible subject. Just
okay. Well, we are living in what you would call this post civil rights culture or post soul culture, and basically the people born during this time were basically born after the civil rights gains, and that's basically how we are divided as a people. You have people that the older generation, people may have experienced segregation, mistreatment, various things, various struggles, may have also experienced a lot of positive things, because all, being segregated wasn't all negative. You had a lot of institutions that came out of that. Many African, when I mean by African, I mean African American, whatever, I just say African. Insurance companies were started. Many businesses were started. They didn't even exist today. But you had, the Negro League. If integration existed, that would have been no Negro League.
Pardon this interruption.
Yeah, President Barack Obama sounds good, and I believe that he is important in the sense that he is a politician that genuinely wants to do something for the people. And it's been a long time since this country has had a political figure, a president that wants to be the president for the whole country and not just rich people. Now, I believe this. I believe that President Obama, he is not going to be the savior that people believe he's going to be. I believe that he's the how can I say, he's going to precede the savior. The world is going through some things that people need to understand. The world is moving towards a one world government. And he is setting the tone. He is the political figure that is he's going to help set that tone. But we're going to wake up one day in the near future when there's one government, there's one army, there's one ruler. And that person is not Barack Obama, but that person is coming. I think I know who it is on my research, but I'm not ready to talk about that as of yet. I'm still researching that, but I have a really good idea. All I'll say is watch what's going on in Israel very closely. Israel is very important. Watch what's going on there, because Israel is trying to start World War III. And from the aftermath of that, some things are going to be happening in the world. Like everything that's happening now with the collapse of the economy, all this stuff is planned. All this stuff is by design. The middle class is being destroyed for a reason.